as a Martin, our people, we have to work together, you know. So moving forward,
you just need to get back to basics, and from there you could see everything.
Do not settle for less in life. And entrepreneurship is the best way to go. Working for yourself, 2 thumbs up. Sid Martin, good afternoon. How you doing? How you doing? To my SOS family all around the world. Welcome to your program, Strictly Business. I'm your host, Mr. Brian Barry. So call up a friend and tell them to tune in to SOS Radio 95.9 FM. We are on right now from 12 p.m. until 12:30 p.m. with another interesting program for you. So call someone up and tell them to tune in right now. Before we get started, we always like to shout out to all our amazing sponsors. You're looking to do some great grocery shopping today or during the week. Number one supermarket to go and visit right there on the Illich Road is the Aki Supermarket. The Aki Supermarket is there for all your grocery shopping needs today. And for the ladies as well, for the guys, you're looking for that fresh haircut for the week to look sharp, going to work or just heading out, go and visit the Los Mejores Barbershop, also located right there on the Illich Road. The Los Mejores Barbershop. And if you're home during the week from Monday to Saturday, open from 5:30 p.m. until 10 p.m. looking for some great movies to watch or some great TV series, or you need some movies loaded on your USB, on your smartphone, on your hard drive, number one place to go and visit is the Video Block. The Video Block Entertainment Store, located right there in French Quarter. They got all the latest movies from some great prices. You can get 30 movies for $30. We also have some great selection of some PS4 games and some Xbox One games as well. If you're thinking movies, think the Video Block. Now, if you're hungry, you're looking for some great tasting food, we have Jerky's. We have Jerky's Sticky Hut right there on the Illich Road for some great tasting barbecue chicken and ribs, some nice Johnny Cakes as well. We also have Jerky Tiki Hut across from right there by the Plaza Casino. And not forgetting, we got Jerky's over the hill as well, right across from the Megaplex. Also not forgetting, we got Fat Boy Jimmy right there on the Pontus for some great tasting finger licking barbecue food as well. We also like to thank GEBE, our water and electricity company. As always, we continually thank you for your continued support. Thank you so much, GB. If you're looking for some apartments or some commercial spaces, a place to rent, J&J Properties, give them a call at 588-1216. That is J&J Properties, 588-1216. If you're looking to buy that flat screen TV or any other electronics, go and visit the Bolt Chance Electronics Store located right there on Front Street. Thank you so much, Bolt Chance. Also, for some delicious food, we got Stasha's. Stasha's restaurant right there next to Aki Supermarket as well. For some great tasting food, you can give Stasha's a call at 550-9108 or 524-9834. That is Stasha's. 550-9108 or 524-9834. Thank you for all our amazing sponsors. Thank you so much. Now today's program, of course, is going to be always interesting. The topic today, we're going to talk about back to high school preparedness. We already know on the Dutch side, school has started they have about 2 weeks already that school has started. On the French side, I believe it's going to start sometime in September. The children is going to get ready to head back to school. But today, mainly, we're going to talk about preparing the high school students to go back to school. In my humble opinion, I have 3 key topics about being prepared. I remember me going back to high school. After every summer, you had a great time. You either traveled, you went to see family, you had a fun time, it was vacation time. And you always dreaded back to high school. Going back to school is always after the summer, you're going to a new class, So it's always a challenge for some teenagers. So today we're going to talk about, number 1, physically being prepared. So physically being prepared. Number 2, mentally being prepared. And 3, emotionally being prepared to go back to school. So mainly we're talking about high school though. Of course, some high schools you have to, of course, get your school uniforms. Not all schools have the uniform, but you got to get your school uniforms intact. Of course, get some good, strong school shoes. Of course, you want to get some shoes that will last you for the year and more, If you want to buy some shoes, spend some money, get some quality pair of shoes, nice shoes that last you the whole year. Get that good, strong school bag. You know, not a bag that will 2-3 months down the line you need to buy another one because it's ripped or teared. So invest in a good, strong school bag. Of course, get all your school supplies, your school books, the tools, etc., etc. All the school, the rulers, everything that you would need throughout that entire school year. You know, have yourself be prepared so you don't have to be in school and have to be borrowing stuff from your classmates or having to tell your mom or dad, you know, you need this or you need that and you didn't get it. So get all your school supplies. And of course, you know, for the guys, you always want to look fresh and look good. Get that nice haircut when you're going to school, looking sharp, looking well presentable. For the ladies as well, you want to have a nice hairdo, you know, your hair properly in place, hair properly combed. So you want to be going to school being prepared, looking presentable. That's very important. That's most of the points for physically being prepared. Now, being prepared mentally being prepared to go back to school. I always say there is a time for everything. You know, in life there's a time for everything. There's a time to eat, there's a time to play, there's a time to be serious, there's a time to go on vacation, there's a time for laughter, there's a time for every single thing. So your mind have to now be prepared to go back to school. Vacation time is over. Now it's time for learning new subjects, reading a lot of books, writing exams, writing tests, whether it's maths, whether it's English, whatever subjects that you have. It's time to get yourself the right attitude and stay focused on learning all these different types of subjects. So you already have to develop that mindset that vacation time is over. Put away all the toys or the games that you would normally play. Right now with social media, so try your best to stay away from social media. You know, vacation time, you were all through it, you were all scrolling, whether it's on the Facebook, whether it's on the WhatsApp, the Instagram, you know. I personally know social media can be a huge distraction to most people. Of course, for us who are already in a working field, it's already a distraction, but some of us, we try to use it for business. But imagine going to school and every single 5 minutes or so you're on your phone, you're checking your Facebook, you're checking your status, you're more concerned about what's going around on social media instead of paying attention on what's actually happening in school. So that's very important. Put those social media stuff away and focus on your school work. In school, you have to have that attitude of learning and have the proper mindset. Always want to do better. Do better, practice, improve. School is a time to pay attention, very important, you want to write this down. School is a time to pay attention, the time to listen, the time to learn, and the time to practice and improve. Again, so school is the time to pay attention, time to listen, learn, practice, and improve. Very, very important. That's mentally being prepared. Now, of course, we have some factors emotionally being prepared. Now, why do I say emotionally? You know, sometimes you go to school and of course you have to deal with a new teacher. Maybe it might be a teacher that you don't like, or a teacher that you had last year, no, you don't want to see that teacher this year. When you're going to school, always remember it's not about the teachers. The teachers already did their studies, did their education. Now they're there to give back, to help you to get your education. But sometimes I can remember going to school and you have students, they're always concerned about what the teacher does, what the teacher says, how they teach. You have to have that will and that mindset to go to the class, pay attention, and be humble at times to go up to that teacher, even though you don't like him or her, and make sure you understand your work. Make sure you understand what you're doing. Doesn't matter if the teacher takes breaks, the teacher goes outside, they smoke, whatever it is. Mind your own business. When you go to school, it's about minding your business and getting your exam, getting your diplomas. Very, 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 very important. So being emotionally prepared about the new teacher, you might have new classmates you don't like. You have to deal with new attitudes as well, but you have to be mentally prepared, emotionally prepared to deal with all of that. Because right now, it's the school grounds. But after that, when you reach the working field, the working ground, it's more or less the same thing. Again, you're going to be working with people. The ladies say they have to be working with other women. That's all about it. In life, when you're learning or whatever you're going through, whether it's school or whatever it's work, You're going to have to be able to deal with certain individuals, different characters. So you already have to set your mind, emotionally be prepared, dealing with people in general, dealing with people on a whole. How to deal with bullying, how to deal with different people who like to pick trouble. You know you're going to school for one purpose, that's to learn, to get your education. Of course, you have your friends, you have your little fun time, but your focus should be on getting better, learning and improving yourself to move on to the next level, the next level, the next level. You know, growing up, you could always remember the old people telling you, listen, school is the best time of your life. It's the best time of your life. But only when you reach the working phase, the working field, you realize that. You realize now all the responsibilities that are added to your life, which when you were going to school, you wasn't worrying about that. You know, you're going to school, you didn't have any bills and stuff to pay. Going to school is such a fun time. You just have to go to school, learn, pick up the books, practice, and improve yourself. Your parents or your caretakers, they take care of the rest, whether it's the household, the GB bill, the electricity bill, the water bill, getting food for the home, the groceries. All you have to do, make sure you get a good breakfast in the morning, you go to school sharp-minded, and you focus and you pay attention on whatever subject is at hand. So emotionally, you have to be prepared for the bullying. Emotionally, you have to be prepared for new rules. They might have new rules this year when you go to school that you didn't have last year. Whether it's a strict dress code, whether it's no loitering in a certain area, no loud music, or probably, hey, no smartphones in a certain class, no headphones, no playing music. You know, there might be new rules, but you have to set your mind up. Listen, I'm not going to school to be on my phone. I'm not going to school to be listening to music. I'm not going to school to be, outside just talking and socializing all the time. Remember, there's a time for every single thing. So from time that bell ring, and whatever classroom you go to, whatever teacher you have in front of you, whatever subject it is, you have to be already emotionally prepared to deal with that. You know, if you're weak in a certain subject, don't be scared to ask for help. Going to school, it's okay to make mistakes. You are there learning and practicing. You are there to get better. So making mistakes, keep in mind, is a part of the process. That is a part of the process. You are going to have classmates who may be brighter than you, smarter than you, they catch on faster than you. All of that is part of the process. Each person is going to have their weaknesses and each person is going to have their strengths. But that's why it's important now to be able to, going to school is important to be able to bond, teamwork. You're learning in school emotionally, you're learning to share, you're learning to behave, you're learning to work in groups, work as a team, you're learning to respect others' opinions. Very important. All of this is a process in order to go to the work field. So very important to be emotionally prepared for all of that. It's a huge building steps, is a building process. Don't be scared. Don't be scared at all. Very important. Put scared aside, lock it in a box and leave it there. Don't be scared of the bullies. Don't be scared of the new teachers. Don't be scared of the bigger classmates than you, the stronger classmates. Don't be intimidated. You know? Each person somewhere down the line in school, they have a fear of something. They might not share it with you, but each person in that school is feared of something. You know? So don't think you're the only one. Don't think you're the only one that's weak in a particular subject either. That's why it's important to be known and ask questions. You know, sometimes you might have a question and you don't ask it. But the key factor when you raise and you ask that particular question, you're enabling the other class as well, maybe other students who didn't know the answer, to get that answer. You know, and I could remember dreading in school when the teacher called you up to go to the board and to work on a particular problem solving or whatever. But all that's now that you think about it, is a learning process. You're being picked. Sometimes you think you are being picked on by that particular teacher. But the more they pick on you, the more you're going to learn that particular subject. You know, because you're going to go home and you're going to say, listen, whatever happened today, I didn't do good. I don't want it to happen again. So it's going to make you improve yourself. It's going to make you practice even more. It's going to make you apply what you've learned. It's going to make you pay attention because that particular teacher, let's say, is picking on you. You know, and it's not necessarily picking on you, but emotionally you feel out of all the other students in the class, why you have to go up and do the problem solving. But at times it improves you. It makes you do better on that particular subject. It makes you stronger as well. And of course it makes you more vocal because you get to put it more in practice. Not only just in theory, you get to go up, you get to put it in practice on the board in front of others. And it builds your self-confidence as well because it already puts you in front of the classroom, enabling to speak to others. You know, we have a lot of students that are very shy. Some students are very, very smart. They know it. I could remember going to school, knowing students who know the subject, but they cannot explain it. The guy or the girl, they will sit, they're getting the highest grades in the class, whatever subject it is. But for them now to sit down and explain it to a classmate or explain it in front of the class, they're shy or they don't know how to put it in words. They could sit down and do the work. They could do it for you, but they can't show you how to do it. It's funny, right? But there are certain people just like that, you know? So there's so many different individuals when you go to school that you have to be just prepared emotionally, mentally, physically, just good to go. And school is absolutely the best time of your life, children, the best time of your life. You know, you go to school, you meet new friends, you learn new subjects, and that's important. That's all about building your self-esteem, building that strong character, building that persona, who you want to be, who you want to become. Again, it's all of that process of who do I want to become. You know, many children going to school right now in high school, maybe second, third form already, and they haven't a clue. They just don't know what they want to do in life. You know, they're leaning towards the left, leaning towards the right. There's so many decisions. At the end of the day, they're being pushed in a certain corner because maybe their dad or their mom want them to do a particular thing, a particular career. But they know deep inside probably it's not for them. You know, so right now, going to school is time for you to explore, to find out what is really for you and get in front of it and let your parents know that this is what your passions are, this is what you're passionate about, this is what you would like to do. And from now on, you could start doing the research before you get in that working field of, let's say, the status of the paying salaries for that particular career, that particular job, checking if it pays well, checking if it's an access, you know, if it's needed here in the country or wherever you want to go. So you have to already start to divulge in these certain things of checking on lists. Listen, what is my career? What am I going to be great in? What is my weaknesses? What is my strength? Or maybe it's something that you're totally weak in, but you just love it. You love that career. So right now already is the building blocks for you to put playing aside, put social media aside, because you're weak in a particular thing that you really love, and really start to focus on that. Because as we all know, time waits on no one. Time waits on no one. So right now, more than ever, you will have to focus more on that particular subject, because that's something that you love. You're weak in, but you love. That's the career that you want to go in. Maybe it's a career of being a lawyer. I was glad to hear, I think last week, that on the Dutch side at least, they're going to start finally in September. They're going to start that law school that we heard of. That's huge for the country, because we need our local lawyers. It will be awesome, you know, that when later on in life that you could say, this particular lawyer, that particular lawyer, I went to school with that person, you know, your own classmates. So right now that's a huge big thing for our island. It's awesome. And I know they have many sign-ups already who are waiting for it to get started, and also have others who haven't got in as yet that are still waiting. And it's going to be at the University of St. Martin, so that's going to be an excellent thing. I hope many of our students, our graduating students, lean more towards that field, and we get a lot of more local lawyers here on the island that are representing us. You know, whether it's in English, whether it's in Dutch, you know, whatever you're weak in. Let's say you want to be a lawyer and you know the laws are in Dutch, or maybe you're weak in Dutch. Right now is a perfect time for you, in your spare time, to improve on your reading skills in Dutch. So this is the time for you to know that this is the field in the career that I want to lead towards, and I'm weak in certain things. And it's time for you to focus on building your strengths, because you already have a plan. And listen, this is in place, that's in place. Now I have to start working on myself to get there. So you would have to start going to the library, getting more books, doing more research online, learning the laws. Hey, why not learn the laws from now in your spare time? So it's time to look at your agenda. Look at the time you waste maybe doing certain things that don't benefit you, and start to say, listen, in my career, I'm already in high school. Time is going to fly before you know it. I'm graduating, and I have to have certain things already in play for myself. Don't wait for others to do it for you. Don't wait for the government to do it for you. Start putting those plans of action for yourself. Remember, like I said, there's a time for everything. The playing time, the social media time, vacation time, it's going to come. The next report card, I believe right now, we're already in August going to September. School just started. The next first grade report, the first term report actually is going to be for Christmas. So you could already be thinking, listen, my Christmas report card, I have to do my ultimate best, my utmost best. Christmas is coming. Before Christmas, before I want to enjoy myself, get all the nice fancy gifts, or just spend time with family, I'm already thinking I could be spending time while knowing that my grades were on point. So get good grades, so when that fun time comes, you could be relaxing and enjoying your family's company. Not thinking okay, it's Christmas, we're having a good fun time, but my grades aren't good, and the family, of course, they're going to keep asking, how is school going? That's the famous question all the time. It's going to come. How is school going? So I would just like to, of course, take this time as well to congratulate all those students who are focused on their schoolwork for the last term, the ones who graduated, the ones who right now are starting a new class, who passed their exams. Huge congratulations to you. Stay focused, stay the course, and improve yourself. Don't get complacent. Get better at your strengths, get better at your weaknesses. Improve yourself. And for those who I guess failed, it's not over. School, that's the time to fail as well. It's not over. You got tested, you failed. Now it's about time for you to get retested. And this time, remember, pay attention. Probably you wasn't paying attention, or probably you was misled. You didn't realize that the exams would have come so fast. You didn't prepare yourself. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. You have another chance. You have another shot. And sometimes things happen for a reason. So right now you have to fully prepare yourself for this term to do much better than before. It's all about practice. Doesn't make perfect, but practice makes improvement. Remember that. Practice makes improvement. The people that you see today that are great at things didn't happen overnight. Of course, some people are very talented just like that, but most people who have that talent, they got that talent for practicing, for putting in the time, for putting in the dedication, for being committed to whatever it is that they decided to do. So just like you want to be great at a certain sport and you're going to practice to improve, same thing with your schoolwork, same thing with your maths, same thing with your Dutch, your English, your Spanish, your French, same thing with anything basically in life. Keep practicing, put in the time, dedication towards that, have the right attitude, have the right mindset, and then again, sky is more than the limit. You can achieve what you decide and what you want to achieve. First and most importantly is always try to make yourself proud. If you're proud of yourself and you're proud of the things that you've accomplished, automatically your parents, your peers, your co-workers, your classmates, or whoever it is, they're going to be proud for you. But first, think about making yourself proud. Mostly and very important. And that's basically some of the rules of life, But in school, this is the time for you to learn and improve yourself. Find who you are. Some of you out there right now, you may be lost. You may be saying, school is not for me. Hey, it is true, school is not for everyone. But right now, at a certain age in your life, school is the most important thing for you. So right now you have to milk it. Milk as much knowledge as you can get from that particular time right now. You know, like I said, you might be weak in certain things, but find your strengths. Maybe you're good at working with your hands. Find your strengths. You know, don't give up on yourself. Very important point. Do not give up on yourself. You know, because if you give up on yourself, then you don't know what could have happened tomorrow. You don't know what could have happened next week. I could remember going to school sometimes. You believe you know the subject. You believe you know the stuff, the maths. And when you do it, you go and you get the test, you failed. Of course, then something went wrong somewhere. Maybe you were nervous, or maybe you panicked, or maybe you wasn't that prepared that you thought you were. So it's all about preparing yourself for the next time. Maybe you got a 1, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. For the next time, improve yourself on getting better. All right, St. Martin, that's our time for today. And remember, life is all about choices. Very important. Life is all about choices, and time waits on no one. So be careful who you choose and what you choose, because time waits on no one. Till next time, strictly business. Take care.